What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today is another episode of Comically Boston, episode 176, and we are here to discuss the weekly nerdy news. And of course, as some of you may have been following, the Olympics have been going on right now. And shout out to Simone Biles and the entire Team USA gymnastics team, because they've been crushing it. I'm pretty sure they took home gold, multiple golds. Also shout out Katie Ledecky, and also Simone Biles now has the most Olympic medals in US gymnastics history. She's only like 27 or something like that, a couple years older than me, which is still young as hell. And apparently is now the oldest woman to win a gymnastics gold. Katie Ledecky has the most gold as a woman athletics overall. I think she has like 13 or something. Simone has like 9. Either way, severely impressive stuff. But they're no Michael Phelps. I mean, come on, Michael Phelps. I remember watching him when I was younger at the Olympics and absolutely crushing it and just in a league of his own. But in all fairness, that is how Katie Ledecky looks in that pool. She finished, turned around, and no one was even near her, right? Like, it's normally, you know, there's a finish, they pop up and they go, did I win? You know, like, she popped up and looked around and no one else had even come close to finishing. She was so far ahead and she was like, oh, I won, cool. You know, like, breaking records, good for her. I want to tune into more Olympics, but like, I'm just not ever on cable. Or like, you know, I tried to watch a little bit on Peacock the other day, but it just randomly jumps into like cuts of Paris and goes, please enjoy the Paris skyline. And you're like, what the fuck's happening here? So then you try and skip ahead and then all of a sudden it's into the action again. And then it cuts to another one of these things. I'm like, why won't they just give us the commercial? It's clearly a commercial that's happening on live TV. Why don't they just give us that? Like, instead they just cut to shots of Paris and we miss everything. It's like, what? I would have rather seen what's going on, you know, like, commercial or not, we're here to see the Olympics, not Paris, you know, like, it's just cool that it's set in Paris, right? I don't know. If you haven't gone and seen Deadpool and Wolverine yet, I highly recommend. Deadpool himself, Ryan Reynolds, released this picture, and it kinda is like a spoof on Forrest Gump, and he goes, life is like a box of chocolates, you never know who you're gonna exhume. And I won't spoil it, but, like, I mean, if you don't know, you should by this picture. What happens at the very beginning of Deadpool and Wolverine. Very funny. And also San Diego Comic-Con has just created a stir around the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Everyone's still talking about Doomsday, Robert Downey Jr., what's going on with that. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that matter. Comment down below. If you'd like to hear more of my thoughts, I did 2 videos talking about Robert Downey Jr. and where Marvel could be going. Go check those out. Those are on the channel now. But I'm still here for it, man. I mean, even if he's just Doctor Doom and he isn't RDJ's Tony Stark, it's a little weird that like people won't be able to look at Doctor Doom even if it's Tony Stark, like even if it's Robert Downey Jr.'s face, and not be like, that's Tony Stark. Like, Iron Man's just too iconic a character. But, you know, RDJ's a phenomenal actor, so I'm sure he'll do a good job, but I don't know if I want this to be the only Doom we get, you know, like, if this is the one and only Doom we get, I would rather it not be RDJ, you know what I mean? Because RDJ already had a chance to do an iconic character and fucking crushed it, right? Like, he owes us nothing. But yet, I want to say it's just it's Robert Downey Jr. being petty. Chris Evans came back and he was like, oh, I can come back and play a different character too, motherfucker, but I'll do it better and bigger. And he does, because he's RDJ. What a dick. Now, I don't know too much about the next topic, but we will be talking about what I think will be Star Wars' next show that might be coming out later this year, actually. And that is called Skeleton Crew. And I believe director John Watts, the same guy that did Tom Holland's Spider-Man movies, and he now gets a chance to do some Star Wars stuff, and I kind of like the route he went. You know, he's like, these kids are in the Star Wars universe, and it's up to these kids to you know, like, to find path, you know what I mean, like to be the stars of the show. And then they got people like Jude Law, who's apparently a Jedi that's just helping these kids. So you got like that one adult figure and a bunch of kids. It's almost like Stranger Things if it was Star Wars type thing. And you can see the kids here, that one alien elephant looking blue thing kind of looks like Max Rebo, his race of alien, but this one's clearly a child, and it looks pretty damn good. I don't know if that's practical or not, but if it is, that poor child underneath there that's got to walk around as, I don't know this creature's name yet, but he's got to walk around as Max Rebo, and everyone else just gets to be like normal. There is that one girl back there with shit over her eyes, so at least, you know, if there's one person that's in prosthetics, there's at least somebody behind her that's blind. This show does seem interesting to me, though. They have little speeders that they like seem handmade. But yeah, it's kind of just going to be like this little kid adventure. Like, I like the roots of Star Wars that's kind of getting into. Like this adventure, this kid that it ends up far away from home. You know, like the first Star Wars is Luke Skywalker originally going to Obi-Wan. I can't leave, I have to help Uncle Owen and whatever. And then eventually the war finds him, and then he ends up finding the war, you know, and he ends up leaving, going far from home, ends up in a spaceship, ends up in a space battle, ends up blowing up the Death Star, you know, like, shit just happens. But it's an adventure and you're along for the ride, baby. I'm into it. Can't wait for that. I believe that's coming out this year, but I'm really not sure. Comment below if you know anything more about the Skeleton Crew. Also, I believe this is this year, unless I'm mistaken, but the Joker 2 movie, I believe, comes out in October or November-ish. But it might be next year. It might be 2025. But the way that they've been putting out trailers, and this is now an exclusive image of Lady Gaga and Joaquin Phoenix as Joker and Harley Quinn, and I just love that, like, the Joker's got all this face paint, and the face paint says, "I'm happy," and his face is just, you know, like full sad man. He's in court. Court's a sad place. You should never be happy to be in court. But he's got Lady Gaga behind him supporting him, and she doesn't look happy. She looks like, I'm gonna kill you for whatever you're saying about him right now. And I believe her. But I'm really excited for September for the DC and Marvel to both be having shows running at the same time. We have the Penguin show coming to HBO Max. If I had to guess, that's probably going to come out on Sundays, and probably earlier in the week, maybe a Tuesday or Wednesday. Agatha All Along will be dropping with Catherine Hahn and Marvel Studios. So I love that Marvel will be doing kind of like a Halloween-ish, you know, show, and then we'll have like a pretty serious HBO original The Penguin DC show going on. Like, I don't think the Penguin's going to be leaning into Halloween vibes and be giving people, you know, just fun stuff. I think this is going to be a real dark show about the Penguin, the crime families, and bridging the gap between the Batman 1 and the Batman Part 2. But they're really, you know, waiting for this show to come out because they haven't even started filming the Batman Part 2 yet. And they won't start filming till next year. And I believe that's because Pattinson had a baby and he was like, hey, I kind of want to, you know, be a dad for a second and be here for my wife. Can we film later? And I think they were like, yeah, sure, we'll do the show first. So I don't know, maybe people complained that Pattinson wasn't ripped enough for Batman. So maybe he just was like, fine, yeah, I'll be a dad for a little bit, but I'm just going to get insanely swole for Batman. So I wouldn't be shocked. Pattinson's one of those psychopath actors willing to do anything. But just yesterday, I'm filming this on Friday, so Thursday night, August 1st, Batman the Caped Crusader, the animated show, came out on Amazon Prime. And it dropped the whole first season, all 10 episodes all at once. I think I got 5 or 6 episodes in last night. And it's interesting. It's not like connected to anything else. It's its own universe. Harleen Quinzel is still there, but she looks very different from how we normally see her. But hell, she still gets her clown makeup on eventually. I have yet to see if there's the Joker in the show, so that would be a surprise for me in the last 4 episodes if there is. I don't know if there will be. I do like the Alfred in Batman. I like the Batman's gray and black, just classic, simple look. I like his voice, his Bruce voice, his Batman voice. I like that what he did to Catwoman. Catwoman's still a feisty thief, and a cat burglar, if you would. And she has a Catmobile, which kind of was awesome to see. I was like, oh shit, she's got a cat car. I'm like, how does she not get caught more often? They can't find this cat car in person in the daytime? Penguin is also a woman, which kind of threw me for a loop, because the Penguin as a man is like this ugly, short, you know, deformed dude. No one likes him. People fear him that are his like workers and his like mob. But like, she's feared, but she also has kids, and she's also like just like thick, and like people respect her, and she's like singing, and she's like cool, and like you're like, wow, this Penguin. Wow, they couldn't have made the man Penguin this cool if they wanted to. Like, she doesn't have like a weird limp, you know, she's just got the classic monocle, top hat, umbrella, you know. But yeah, Batman versus the Penguin, Harleen Quizell's in there. They're teasing some Harvey Dent stuff, you know, like not Two-Face yet, like Harvey Dent, like the DA or whatever he is. I like the show so far, but there's also a piece of me that's like, I don't know if this feels like a good Batman show. Like, it's brand new, right? Brand new animation, 2024 animation. It looks pretty good. But does it look like that much better than the animated Batman series from, you know, whenever, early 2000s? Not really. Like, I went back and rewatched that one. That one still looks great in the actual storytelling that's going on. It's top-notch, phenomenal stuff. And this, I don't know if it's won me over yet. Maybe the last 4 episodes will, but, you know, check it out for yourself. Amazon Prime out now, and I hate that they dropped it all at once to binge, but honestly, I don't know if this show would have been able to hold an audience week to week for 10 weeks, so maybe it's better it dropped all at once. But yeah, no, just another show that I'm going to knock off my list and go get through. But Batman the Caped Crusader, comment below your thoughts on that. But just, you know, the final topic of today, something I want to just briefly touch on, and you know, some excitement for the future. Marvel Studios projects in development. Thank you to Culture Crave for this image. But we know for sure that we have Avengers Doomsday, Avengers Secret Wars, Fantastic Four First Steps is the new title for the Fantastic Four movie. So we know for sure those 3 movies are coming out. Captain America, Brave New World is going to be coming out in February. Thunderbolts, we know for a fact is confirmed. The other ones though, Spider-Man 4, we assume is in the works. Shang-Chi 2, we assume and hope are in the works. Wonder Man with Yahya Abdul-Mateen, I believe we heard wrapped filming, which is weird because we know nothing of this character or what's going to be the show or what's it about. The Blade movie, which has been plagued and hopefully still in development. I would love to see Mahershala Ali get his chance. There's an animated Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man TV show that may be coming this year, or I would expect probably closer to next year. Thunderbolts, which we know is coming next year. Daredevil Born Again, which is wrapped filming season 1 and about to start filming season 2 before season 1 even comes out. So that's how you know Marvel's like, yeah, this one's going to be good. They're going to want 2 seasons. Let's get that quick. Ironheart, which was finished a long time ago. Like, showed footage at Comic-Con or D23 like 2 years ago and was finished, and now they have gone back to reshoots and finished it again, and we still know nothing about it. But what's her name, Dominique Thorne, I believe, or Riri Williams, I believe is the character's name, but I think the actress's name was Dominique Thorne, and I really liked her as Ironheart. So and it was set in like MIT, kind of where she started, but she's from Chicago, so like either way, if it's Boston or Chicago, I still want to see this Ironheart show. Pretty damn bad. Armor Wars, our boy Rhodey, that has been in the works for a long time. We still don't know if that's real or not. Marvel Zombies apparently is still on its way based off that What If episode. They made a whole movie or show or whatever that's going to be. Eyes of Wakanda, another animated show that we're not sure when we're going to get it. Agatha All Along coming September. Hyped about that. And these last 4 are probably in the works, but we aren't quite sure. What If Season 3 is definitely probably coming at some point, maybe this year, maybe next year. Okoye, an Okoye show. I don't know if that will end up being called Okoye, but that's been in the works since Wakanda 1, you know, Black Panther 1. Sidewinder spin-off series. I don't know if they're going to do that, but I mean, Giancarlo Esposito just confirmed to be Sidewinder in Captain America Brave New World. I would be shocked if that show gets made into a show. I don't think that one's real at all. X-Men 97 Season 2 and 3, after getting Emmy nominated, that show is 100% getting two more seasons, and can't wait for it, because Season 1 was awesome. In a live-action Wakanda series, I think that in the Okoye series might become the same thing, if it does ever happen. I'm not even sure if it will. Vision Quest, following White Vision after WandaVision. I've heard this is in the works, but we haven't gotten any solid news about it. Any castings or anything like that. Obviously, Paul Bettany would be back as White Vision, but I would like to see that show very much so, because I like Vision. I liked Red Vision more than White Vision, but I'll take a White Vision. Paul Bettany's still great. Kevin Feige just confirmed the other day, talking to Brandon Davis over a comic book, that the Nova series is a TV show and it will be coming in 3 to 4 years probably, but still cool that a Nova show is in the works, and that there's also a special presentation coming that's probably more so going to be this year, and we don't know what that is because it's a special presentation. I kind of like those Marvel special presentations, and I wish they'd do more of them, but it seems like they're doing those on like holidays, so I don't blame them. Maybe it will be Christmas or a Thanksgiving or a Halloween, but they're going to have Agatha all along running, so maybe it will be like a New Year's type of thing. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's maybe What If Season 3 running around Christmas again, kind of like it did last year. I wonder if that was a good way to release things. They released 1 episode a day for like 7 days or something like that. And so like every day you had a new episode. And that was kind of cool because we were all home for Christmas. But at the same time, it was like, I'm watching 1 episode a day. What's the point of that? Like, if I was going to watch 1 episode a day, why not drop the whole series all at once and let us pace when we want to watch it, you know? Instead, every night I was like, oop, 30-minute episode, which is nice, but at the same time, you're like, if you don't like the episode, you're like, I don't know, this is okay. There was some great episodes from that What If Season 2, but there was also some that you're like, I could have done without that. You know, I could have waited till tomorrow and watched 2, you know. I'm curious on how the viewership was for that. But comment below, have you been watching the Olympics? What are your thoughts on the Skeleton Crew show? Are you excited for September with the Penguin and Agatha all along coming? Have you watched the Batman Caped Crusader show? Are you going to watch it? Go check it out if you haven't. And which of these possible upcoming projects from Marvel Studios are you most excited for? Comment those things down below, or message me those on my other social medias, links down in the description. You can write into the Comically Boston email if you have some fan mail or you just want to talk about something specific. Love to read your emails or your comments or whatever you leave for me. If you're new to the channel and you want to support, hitting that like button, subscribing if you're new, hitting that bell so you don't miss future videos. I really appreciate you guys for supporting. I will see you beautiful people in the next video, where we will be talking House of the Dragon Season 2 finale breakdown. Comes out Monday, so stay tuned for that, and I will see you beautiful people in the next one.